Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. The Squale Montauk, a watch that came out originally December of 2020, maybe November of 2020, is back today. I had it for around a year or so and it sold out. I think I had told a lot of people that sometime in the beginning of 2022 it would be back. There's been a lot of delays for various reasons, but it is finally here now. I've got 4 new colors, 4 new styles to show you. This is a 38mm Squale designed specifically for my store. You won't find it elsewhere. I'm the only one that sells it. So it's kind of like an exclusive. Named the Montauk simply because this is actually before I was naming islanders after Long Island towns. I named the Montauk by the guy who actually made up my logo a number of years ago. He's like, oh, it's called the Montauk. It's a summer watch. It's a beach watch. It's a diver. And, you know, the name kind of stuck. So if you're familiar with the Montauk originally, we've kind of revved it up a bit. You know, this is a revision. It's the same case, but the dial-hand combination is different, and I like it. I mean, the original one was nice. It came in 6 colors. I'll admit, a couple of the colors were but now I've lowered it to the count to 4 colors, but they're all amazing. Beautiful textured, oil-pressed sand dials. Really, really nice. We'll check them out for my own wrist check. I'm back to honeymoon phase. I've got the Brew 8-bit on that I picked up at the Wind Up Watch Fair a couple of weeks ago, and on my other wrist, coincidentally talking about, you know, kind of sand dials, I'm wearing my Spinnaker collab, which is that purple sand kind of textured dial. But enough about what's on my wrists. Let's see. I'm kind of excited for these brand new Squale Montauks. Okay, the Squale Montauk is back. I don't have an old one here to show you, so I'll throw a picture up onto the screen so you can kind of compare and contrast. But just real quick, the markers changed. We went away from old radium lume, went to straight C3 Super Luminova on the dial. I numbered the dial at 12, 3, 6, and 9. Felt it gave it a little more sporty feel. The hands are quite similar, different lume. I feel that just the use of C3 as a lume fill kind of gives the hands a much nicer look. We have a textured sand dial. It is an oil-pressed dial. And you can see, you'll see maybe in the lighter colors also might come out better. You can see that it's got that lovely, lovely sand texture. I've dropped the hatched chapter ring with the minute hashes on it, and I've gone instead with a smooth brushed rehord. It's really the rehord. It's not the chapter ring, right? But it looks really nice. So the minute hashes now migrate onto the dial, and you can see next to the hour indices, you've got the 5, 10, 20, 25, etc., all the way up to 60 at the top, and the 60 matches the triangle on the bezel. Let's see, what else was different? Oh, clearly, I dropped the date. No date on this one. It is a Sellita SW. Let's get into that now. So now that's where all the differences stop. So let's get into the watch itself. I'm actually going to do it on the blue one because I think it's absolutely beautiful. We're powered by a Sellita SW200-1 movement. Standard grade. 26 joules, hand winds, hacks, 40 hours of power reserve. Yes, the Sellita does have a date position on the crown, but it's a ghost position. There's no ghost clicking going on, but there is a ghost position because it is a Sellita. Let's see. So size is the same as the old one because it's the same case. 30mm in diameter, 12 thick to a flat sapphire crystal with AR on the inside. We're just 46 on the lug tip to lug tip. Solid screw down case back. We are at 30 atmospheres or 300 meters of water resistance. We are at a 20mm lug, just like the original. And yes, the bracelet, the Montauk bracelet that I sold 2 years ago and still sell now on the website will fit this model. And I have some fitted with the bracelet to show you. It weighs 86 grams on the rubber. I went ahead and matched all the dials to a tropic style rubber strap. These are made in Italy. They're awesome straps. They're branded with Squale. The tip, you can see it right there. Very flexible, very comfortable, FKM rubber. Just really, really nice straps, and it picks up the dial perfectly. So this is, there's 4 of them. This is your blue, I'm calling it blue sand. Yeah. Blue Sand Montauk. The bezel's 120 click unidirectional ratcheting. It is a K1 mineral crystal insert. I stuck with the old radium loom kind of style marker at 12 on the bezel. As a nod, 1 to the original Montauk, and 2 just for ever so slight splash of offsetting color, which is also picked up on the dial right above the 12. Man, that looks awesome. So let's see, $595. I think I told you everything you want to know. So this is the blue dial, and since I already showed you the black, I'm gonna just bring in the black again, and we'll come in a little bit closer on it so you can hopefully see that sand texture on the dial coming in. The dial itself has the classic double Squale branding. A lot of people ask what the deal is with that if they don't know about the brand. Squale originated as a case maker for dive watches, and they used to have their logo at the bottom of the dial because they were the case maker, and then the manufacturer of the watch would have their logo at the top. So maybe it would say Squale at the bottom, maybe Blancpain at the top, or whatever. But because Squale is the case maker and watch manufacturer in this case, they are double logoing the dial. Above the Squale, the S, you'll see the Van Buren family crest. There is a crest also embossed on the crown. This blue is just protective plastic. It will come off with a toothpick. The black dial is matched to a black Tropic style rubber strap. 2 rubber keepers. That's the black. I showed you the blue, I showed you the black. What do you think of green? Man, green looks great. Green sand, matched, of course, to a wonderful, wonderful green strap, green rubber strap. You know, this is a kind of almost like an army green, an olive green, maybe a little bit more lively, not as much brown in it, but when you add the sand texture to it, oh my goodness, it looks awesome. What do you think? Is that nice? And then something just totally, I guess, different. I went with gray. Really, this kind of now reminds me of concrete, like the Seiko 5 concrete dials. It's not what I was going for, but it is what it reminds me of, especially with that sandy texture. Really, really cool looking. The hands on all of these, by the way, are silver. If I reflect it against my glove, you might be picking up some black reflections, but all the markers, everything are reflecting in silver. Matched, of course, to a gray strap. Ta-da! So, as I said before, I made a stainless steel bracelet for the Montauk originally 2 years ago. Because it's the same case, it will still fit. So the bracelet I still am offering as an extra add-on. You'll see it when you go to the product page. You can add it on. If you get it, you still get the watch on the rubber strap. The bracelet comes as an extra part in the box. So it is a solid end link, beautifully fitted bracelet. It is sized with screws. You can see it there, okay? It is branded Squale. It is a flip lock. Let's see if I can get it open. It is a flip lock friction clasp, 4 positions of micro, and a diver's extension. Really nice option for the watch. Livens it up. I'm a bracelet fan myself, but I don't know. I could see this guy making it into my collection just because of the blue strap. It looks amazing. Let's do a little bit of loom. The C3 Super Loom looks terrific, and the bezel is glowing at the 12 o'clock triangle. I'm trying to keep it straight and still. I do want to show you that it does look like the 1 next to the 2 and 12. It doesn't glow as brightly. It's not. It's kind of like a figment of your eye. It's because the rest of the fill on the 2 and the other markers is so wide, and the 1 is just a little bit narrower. If you made the 1 wider, it would just look weird in the daylight. So it doesn't. It's not that it's not glowing. It's not glowing as bright. That's very true. But it's just because there's the lack of width of the loom paint. Not sure why I'm explaining it, but that's why. Here is that beautiful blue on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Oh my goodness, does that just come to life? The color is just beautiful. The watch is beautiful, but the color is just magnifique. And just for interest, here it is on the bracelet with the green dial. You can see the bracelet looks really nice. Plenty of room for you. It's a wonderful fit. Matches everything perfectly. From the brushing on the top of the lugs to the brushing on the links to the side polishing. Everything really just works out perfectly on this one. So this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the new Squale Montauk. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Woohoo! Questions, comments, concerns, queries, anything else, you can put it down below and I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.